going on today, Zach?
Head drain kit, hopefully. I don't know, I've never done one, so we'll see. And the YouTube videos seem to make it like way more simple than I think it actually is, but we'll find out.
Let's get the terminology, explanation, science behind a head drain kit.
So RBs have like this one front drain from the factory up here, but they're a slanted engine, and they're really bad about like having too much oil flow to the head. So this engine actually has like block oil restrictors already done, which restricts the amount of flow to the head and like all the crazy stuff you're supposed to do. The only thing this engine doesn't have is the head drain kit. So what happens is it pushes all the oil to the head and it can't get out the front, so it just puddles in the back. So a common thing is to knock this plug out right here and then use basically a head drain kit, weld a bung into the oil pan, and so then all the oil in the back of the head will just drain down back into the pan, so you won't run out of oil in the pan and won't excavate the engine, which usually leads to RBs going kaboom. That's like your big RB issue that everybody says is a huge issue. It's actually really, really easy to remedy if you're, you know, like sub 600 horsepower. If you're doing some like crazy Kevin Lawrence stuff, then it's a whole other world. But like, you know, if you fix the oiling problems, these engines tend to be pretty reliable. So I guess we'll find out, because I've never had one, so try and do it right the first time.
Never done it before.
Nope, never done it. Everybody says it's really easy. Knock this plug out and
That's it?
well, you gotta get the plug out, which, and they should in theory come out.
Yeah, that scientifically doesn't make sense there, huh?
Yeah, there's some kind of logic behind it. I think, I don't know. I've never done this, so. Everybody in the video just knocked it in and it pulled right out, so shocker. I'm gonna get the one that doesn't do that.
Are you gonna have to put that back in?
No. This is actually where the fitting.
Fucking send it.
The problem is, like, you gotta be really careful because the aluminum on these is like super soft. Like, you can already see it starting to fucking like. For some reason, I feel like I did this wrong. Hey, you can see my ARP head studs from here though. Like right there. Right there.
ARP.
All right, all you YouTube warriors, tell me how I've managed to screw this up.
Oh, there we go.
How many videos have I said now? You have to be smarter than what you're working with. And I didn't damage the head that much. It's out. Yeah, these are really weird because they like they don't fit unless you hit them in with a hammer. But for some reason, like you can barely, like you can almost get them in sideways. It's really weird. And all you do from there, so this is the actual like main fitting for the head drain kit. And there is, oh, I don't know, like 15, 20 different brands that do these on the market. The glorious thing is, I think only one company that I found stocks them in the States and they were out. So I actually had to order this from New Zealand, from a company called Franklin Performance, who everybody recommended me. I guess they're the best head drain kit on the market because you kind of get everything. You don't just get like, a lot of companies you just get the fitting. Whereas like with theirs, you get all the AN fittings you need and the bolts, like the bung for the oil pan, the AN line, all that jazz. This actually got here faster from New Zealand than all the other parts I've ordered for this engine, except for the ones I got from Minjuku. Everything else I ordered in the States took twice as long. This took 4 days to get here from New Zealand. This is like the super scary part because like I'll put a tack rag in there when I drill through it, but you have to drill the holes for this to screw to. You can't just tap it in because like once you put boost to the engine, it would blow it out. So there's no pre-made holes for these. So you actually have to drill through the head, which can be super scary if the head's still on the car, because if you get any metal in the engine and the oil, then bad things happen. And you know, that's always no bueno, but you know, it's my engine, so send it. And the cool thing about the Franklin one, there's a couple other companies that do this, but you can actually clock them. So you could drill the holes theoretically anywhere. Like a couple of them are slotted, but if you don't want, you know, it pointed straight down, then you have to run the line at either a 90 or down and out. So the line's got to go all the way up to the front, unless you tee it in the oil drain line, which I'm not doing. So they give you a 45 and a 90. So you could theoretically just twist it a little bit and 45 it off, and then 90 it out of the oil pan, and then build your line, or you could put it all the way down and you could 90 it, you know, off of this, or however you wanted to do it. That's kind of the cool thing about theirs. I think I am probably just going to 90 it. That seems like the simplest solution. I don't know, it's up for your interpretation, do it however you want, but I'm gonna 90 it, I think. Oh, fun take a punch, because I don't have my little spring-loaded one anymore. I don't know where it went. Hammer. You just want to mark where you're going to drill your holes. This is the part where you want to be really, really careful. You need two things. One, having brand new drill bits really helps because they're already clean. Two, you want, yeah, this will work. Really want high temp red wheel bearing grease because that stuff like red and tacky is super sticky. You want a very clean drill bit. And the way I've seen everybody do this, let me get some gloves for this part. Take like a tack rag, like you would use when you're painting a car, and you stuff it through the hole behind where you're gonna drill. Sponsor us. Shout out Coca-Cola, because I live on that stuff. Put a tack rag behind where you're gonna drill. They're super sticky. They're used in like automotive painting to get like dust and stuff off the car before you spray it, like after you've already cleaned it. They're super, super sticky. So the theory would be that you put a tack rag behind it and any metal not caught by the grease would be caught by the tack rag, and then you slowly pull the tack rag out and it doesn't drop into your engine. Oh, come on, this isn't multiple, this is one big rag, really? Okay, and I'm just gonna stuff that behind the hole that I'm gonna drill into. And then I'll use the other half of the other one. And leave a little bit out. Like if you stuff it all the way in there, you can't get in there to grab it and you move it all the time, it might drop the metal off, so. Then, this is where the fun goes. You just lube up your drill bit really good. And really hope and pray you don't screw this part up. Like I said, the metal on these is super soft, so you don't need to put a lot of pressure, you don't need to go fast. Like, take your time, because if you see how all the metal's balling up on the outside, that's what you want. You don't want to go too quick and just push all the metal through it. See, it's all balling up on the outside. That's what you don't want to do, because I was really good up until that last point. I felt it start to break through and I didn't I kind of pushed it a little hard, but well, hopefully that tack rag caught whatever I just pushed in. I don't think I pushed a lot in, but that's kind of the idea behind what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get, obviously if you do this off the car, it's really easy to not get metal in it because then you just clean the head afterwards, but yeah, 50-50 shot. A lot of the guides said you have to pull the head. A lot of them said you didn't. I can see why they want you to pull the head, but I don't think it's necessary. And see, the tack rag caught like one or two, a few little pieces, which those could have been stuck to my glove, but you slowly pull the tack rag out. And there's actually nothing on the part that was behind the hole, so that's kind of the idea behind it. As little. Ideally, you want no metal on the engine, because even one sliver of metal on the engine, if it got caught in a bearing or something, it could cause some serious problems. But ideally, that's what the tack rag is there for, to not let metal get into it. So I need to clean the drill bits. Clean that off, re-lube it, and do it all over again. Not as scary as I thought it was gonna be. I've been tripping out about this for like the past month, but this is not that bad. Alright, so holes are all drilled. Nothing in there. I mean, I'm gonna take a vacuum and run it through it, when I'm all done too, but now the next part's gonna come tapping them, which basically the same process as drilling them. You just lube the ever-loving shit out of the, let's lube the hell out of it, but just lube. Okay, that's the right size. You'll just lube the tap, and and then tap it through. Same thing, put a cloth, another cloth behind it just in case, but I need to actually go find a tap, so.
What's so funny?
I don't think I have the right tap for this. I have M6x10. I'm pretty sure these are M6x125. Oh, never mind. I'm retarded. I do have the right tap. I have the right die, so I should have the tap. Okay, I thought I was gonna be super scared to do it, but it's just an engine, and luckily I know how to put those together, so I mean, if I fuck it up, I just do another one.
That's right, man. If I fuck my engine up,
Yeah, if you screw...
I'm calling you.
Yeah, exactly. If you screw your engine up, I'm getting a phone call, but...
What's going on?
Might have to run over to Full Lock and grab a tap, because I have one, but this is actually Nick's kit from Auto Shop Dream, and the one tap in this kit, which is basically brand new that is broken, is the one that I need. Shocker. So I tried to use it anyways, but it's not grabbing, so I don't want to screw it up, because then I have to go bigger, and I have to get new bolts and all kinds of other mess, so I need to go get a tap. So I guess I'm gonna go to Full Lock. Be back in about an hour. Threading them did push a lot more metal through than I wanted to, so we'll make sure we clean that out really good with the vacuum, but you can't actually see anything in the bottom of the head, so it looks like the tack rag caught it all, but we'll clean it out just to be sure. Besides obviously welding the bung, but like there's 6 million videos on how to weld a bung to an oil pan. It's not rocket science. Take the oil pan off, drill a hole, weld the bung. With these, because this is still part of like an open head, like the open head, you need to make sure when you put the head drain kit on, you thread seal the bolts when they go in, otherwise the vibrations could cause oil to leak through the bolts and out. Then you'll have this like weird small oil leak that you'll be really confused about. It's actually just the bolts leaking oil. So we'll thread seal those when we put this in for the final time, but I need to clean this hole up a little bit before I put the head drain kit back in it, so I need a couple minutes. Always lube your O-rings. Preferably with oil, but I've got marine grease here, so we're just gonna use it. Ta-da! Don't use, I mean, I guess you could use Teflon tape, but I'm not a big fan of Teflon tape. Might have drilled that hole slightly off a little bit.
This is where it gets sketchy.
Nah, it's fine. It's not off, I just didn't have it sitting flush. Yeah, okay, that's where it gets sketchy. Same thing. Sketchy, off-centered, whatever. And this is what I exactly didn't want to happen, where I'm probably about to rip the threads right out of this hole. Yeah, I'm about to re-drill that hole. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, or pay attention to what you're doing. I don't know how that got drilled off-centered, but...
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna have to re-drill that hole. Honestly, there's not really much you can do. I mean, the easiest thing to do is honestly to kind of drill out the holes in the head drain itself a little bit more. Yeah, this is literally just to give the bolt a little bit more room to kind of wobble over. We were off by like...
fractions.
Not even. It's like it's perfectly lined up. I just didn't want to thread in smooth, so... I didn't like fuck up, but like I fucked up.
You fucked up, bro.
Like you can clearly see both holes. Yeah. By like, I don't even know.
Decimals.
What's smaller than 0.010 millimeters?
Fucking foul, bro.
It's like just off enough on the bolt holes that it doesn't want to go in smooth. Or it didn't want to go in the one smooth. Actually really annoying.
You see that fucking stock 240 that got sold for 32,000?
Do what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck off.
Look on my Instagram story.
Yeah. It was like non-stock.
Mint.
That's what it's supposed to do. You know, where it goes in and it fits properly. Okay, so when you don't screw up, this is what it should happen.
So now what? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, the next step would be to pull the oil pan off, clean it out, drill a hole in it, weld the bung in it somewhere right about here, and then build the AN line to go from the oil pan to the drain. Probably not gonna get to that today. It's a whole lot of effort to flip the motor over and take out like 10 bolts, you know, so it's kind of late. And I got a lot of stuff to do for this weekend still, prep for our 2021 stuff.
Sure.
So
What do you want me to help you flip it before we leave?
definitely. But I'm going to put I'm gonna bolt the valve covers on real quick so that when we flip it, fluid doesn't go everywhere.
Sure.
My RBs use like extra Phillips head screws. We're gonna be changing those too.
Tell me.
Oh fuck.
Which way are you trying to go? That way?
I wanted to
Counterclockwise?
Yeah, but watch, you can't. Unless you like, so it's not, there's no way that that's the engine. That's gotta be the engine stand, like being rusted or some shit.
And this concludes episode 4 of ZPS14.
Wow, that old pan's.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And if anybody has an RB25 oil pan for sale, front center.
Dog!
Oh, we're leaking some oil.
Apparently there was oil still in the engine.
Oh, nice.
How's that coming from?
You catch the Eldon, you lose.
That is coming
Oh, it's out of the turbo drain line.
from your turbo drain line.
Hold that right there, man. Alright. That's not bad.
Making a fucking mess.
Yes, well, luckily I'm the one that has to clean up the mess, so. Where's that? Alright, somebody grab me that black bucket over there.
Black Book has parts.
That's fine.
Dang,
That's
now,
the
you,
EGR delete system, or CEGR system off my Duramax.
now you're nice clean motor.
And y'all, if y'all haven't known yet, these red shirts are officially on the site, clutchkickers.com/shop. Get it.